Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I am Ace, and you are watching another episode of Between the Ropes. And tonight, we have quite a bit to talk about tonight. But let me introduce you, my co-hosts that are with me for the evening. Number one, let's welcome him in. He likes his bacon crispy, Mr. Crispy Bacon. How are you doing tonight?
Doing good. Interesting week in wrestling, and I'm sure we're gonna break it down tonight.
Titan TV man, what's going on? All right, Christy.
Hello.
How you doing tonight?
No, good. Ready to talk wrestling because, like Chris said, it's been an interesting week.
All right, Mr. Mess Around Dave. How are you doing tonight?
He doesn't mess around. He doesn't mess around.
Got my nap. Hey, so I'm ready to talk wrestling. Let's go.
All right. Well,
Wrestling.
the funny thing is, as everybody knows, before I came on, I said I kind of have a lot of interesting topics for you tonight. This wasn't just a breakdown of Raw, breakdown of SmackDown, NXT and all that stuff. We have a wide variety of good topics. Some that I feel are super important that I was like, hey, yeah, I need to cover these tonight. We need to talk about them because they're primetime topics. What's going on, Will? We hope you're having a good night. So the first one we have is we know that last night's Raw was the last Raw officially of the McMahon era.
Yeah.
So now we know as of today, the merger between WWE
And Endeavor.
and Endeavor has officially happened. So now there's been a lot of speculation about what this means. But I'm going to flat out throw this out, and I'm going to tell you this is not a bad thing.
No.
And the reason why
I hope it isn't.
And I'm telling you, this is why it's not a bad thing. Look at Emmanuel, the guy who runs UFC, oversees UFC, everything else, oversees it all. Okay,
Everything.
because of what he's done, of the way he's built UFC. I'm looking at this going, now UFC has invested a lot of money in WWE. They just paid $9 billion and purchased WWE for $9 billion.
That's a lot.
Right. With all this stuff being like, Vince is back and he's going to be in the middle of creative and everything else. Here's why the merger with UFC is not bad with Endeavor.
Okay.
The reason why it's not bad is simple, because now with the whole Vince McMahon thing, Vince McMahon is not the main guy in charge. It is now Emmanuel. And we know what Emmanuel says was that, Emmanuel's like, I still want Vince there and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
I completely understand that. But I'm telling you, because of what UFC has accomplished, because of what Emmanuel has done with the UFC brand and how much money they have put out towards WWE and invested in this company, I guarantee if Vince tries to step in and UFC sees the rate, well, not UFC in general, but Endeavor
WWE.
as Emmanuel sees that the WWE ratings and stuff are going down because Vince is trying to step in, I guarantee Emmanuel's going to step in and say, not happening. We invested all this money, and we're not going to see this happen. So for people who are not okay with it, I think this merger is brilliant, because now, exactly like I said, if the ratings do go down, Emmanuel's going to step in and be like, no, that's not happening. I'm taking charge. We're not going to let this company go down in shambles that we just spent $9 billion on. It's not going to happen.
Well,
So
considering that
That's
Vince
that's why you
doesn't
let
have,
Triple H be in charge,
yeah, Vince
at least on
Vince
the
doesn't
WWE
have
side.
Vince doesn't have
I
majority
think.
owner. He has like 16%. So if anything
Yeah, I
goes
was gonna
wrong,
say
he
Vince
can't save
McMahon has
himself.
16% of the 16% shares in this new venture with
Mhm.
between WWE and UFC, whereas
So
Endeavor has over 50%.
now,
he can't
Thomas,
save.
this is what I will say. I know you're saying that Vince made changes to Raw last night. I
Yeah,
get it.
I heard that too.
I heard it. But what I also heard is that the talks backstage were what was that Triple H was also involved in these changes and that the
Yeah.
changes were for the positive because nothing
Mhm.
was set in stone and that these changes were made on the positive side. These changes made the show better. Because I'll tell
Mhm.
you, Raw was actually a really good show. So
Yeah.
if
The viewership didn't say that though.
Yeah, I was gonna say
so
that was like its second least watched episode of Raw in that program's history.
all I'm saying though, all I'm simply saying is this. Well, you got to think Monday Night Football.
Obvious. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So
Everyone wanted to see what was going on at MetLife Stadium,
right
not
now,
in
right,
Norfolk,
right
Virginia.
now, it's going to be hard to talk about viewership in Monday Night Raw because Monday Night Football's out there. A lot of people are going
Yeah.
to tune into Monday Night
Mhm.
Football.
Yeah,
And
WWE
Thomas,
has always had that problem competing
Yeah.
with Monday Night Football for years.
and Thomas, you are right. Triple H is still the head of creative. He's just not on the board of directors. But what I'm trying to
Right.
say is that if Vince tries to put too much input in,
Hmm.
if we try and put too much input in and the viewership really starts tanking because he's trying to really step in, Endeavor's
Mhm.
not going to go for it. Emmanuel will not go for it. And Emmanuel will step in and say, no, that's not happening. We're not going to allow this viewership to go down based upon that. So,
Don't speak about Monday Night Football.
mess around. Do you kind of feel the same way that I feel like this is not technically a bad thing?
Yeah, it's definitely not a bad thing that Vince is gone and Triple H is like gonna be the guy going forward. I mean, he has sense in, but Vince has done some things here and there. Triple H had to okay
But
it,
Vince
but
will still be there. Vince will still be there.
Yeah, he'll still be lurking in the shadows, I guess you could say.
yeah, he doesn't have any say anymore. He doesn't have any control. So
He doesn't have any control because he's not the majority shareholder anymore.
Yeah, he has a boss now, and Vince
Mhm.
McMahon having a boss is
He
what
has to report to the boss.
exactly is the best thing. It's the best thing.
Right.
He now has a boss.
But the biggest problem is Vince is used to being the boss. So I don't know how that transition's gonna work for
The
him.
difference thing the thing is now is Vince McMahon's technically under contract now.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
it doesn't matter if Vince doesn't like decisions being made. Endeavor's the
Right.
one that's in charge. Endeavor's the one that owns the company now.
Mm-hmm.
So just because Vince McMahon's like the executive whatever, I forgot exactly.
Chairman?
Yeah, the executive chairman or whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter because he still has a boss. So if something goes south, that's why Emmanuel's there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I was saying. In reality, this merger is not a bad thing. So, Crispy, what's your thoughts?
I think it's going to be good. It's going to be interesting to see, I guess, what the product will look like in what, another few weeks or a couple months. But it's going to be interesting. I'm excited. There's been talks about UFC and WWE kind of sharing the same venue in the same weekend and all of
I
this for
think
their
that's complicated.
pay-per-views.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're one event's going to be on a Saturday and one's going to be on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's going to be at the same venue. So, I think it's going to be good. It's going to be something that's well needed for everybody, and I'm excited.
So Thomas, I get what you're saying that he is the chairman of the board. Yes, he is. But again, he now has a boss that he has to report to. that's the whole thing. That's why I'm saying this merger is good, because now he actually has a boss that he has to report to. If things are not right, if they don't like it, Vince is chairman of the board. He is all right. So, but yeah, he has somebody to report now. So
Mhm.
Thomas, technically yes, and so that's what I'm saying. He does. Emmanuel is that guy. Like Emmanuel oversees everything. He's like the executive director of Endeavor, and Endeavor
Mhm.
owns the company, so he does have a boss.
He's like, he is the man in charge, Ari
Yeah.
Emanuel.
No chance in hell. All right.
I saw that. I was like, oh my God.
All right.
Okay.
So
No chance in hell. No
So-
chance in hell.
now moving away from
Yes.
that one,
Mhm.
here's another thing that we have, and another thing we have is that we know that SmackDown could possibly lose Fox. Like Fox is not
Yeah.
interested in renewing SmackDown. We know
Right.
that.
Mhm.
So right now we have the two leading channels, I should say, are the two leading companies that really want it. Is Amazon,
Yeah.
and Disney. Hold on.
No. Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Because I knew, and this is what it came down to, right?
Right.
So this is the thing. I knew that people would hear the word Disney and be like, "Oh man, really? Disney? It'll become PG, and
So PG, it'll make you sick.
Hold on though,
I know.
because that's technically not accurate. Because what channels does Disney own? Disney also owns ESPN.
ESPN. Yes.
What's on ESPN? UFC.
Shows like
UFC.
UFC.
Or
airs.
and then-
ESPN Plus. ESPN
Yes,
Yeah,
Plus.
ESPN Plus does
But-
the UFC stuff.
It airs UFC, so it's still part of ESPN. Disney
Right.
owns that, so that doesn't technically mean that it would completely go to all the way down to PG rated to where it would be that bad. It's not,
Right.
because Disney still allows that stuff to happen.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, they'll let you get away with a few bad words every once in a while, but
But-
not full blown F bombs or anything like that. They won't permit that.
but and yes,
Oh,
Thomas, I
good
can
point
see
by
that happening
Thomas.
too. It would go to FX, because
Yeah.
they do own FX.
Right.
Mm.
But I could also see it going to Amazon. I could.
I mean, if you have an Amazon Prime account, I mean, it's not a bad idea. I mean, they do Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime Video, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is well, this is the thing. I think because we know that right now, like streaming is like the thing of the present now, and
It is.
like cable and a lot of your satellite places
A lot of cord cutters.
are kind of thing of the past now.
Yeah, they are.
A lot of it is streaming.
Mhm.
So when
There's so many
people-
streaming options available.
Yeah. So when people talk about, viewership for Raw, viewership for SmackDown, viewership for AEW, viewership for Impact, viewership for New Japan, nobody actually
Right.
knows that actual number. And the
No.
reason for it is because people are live streaming, and you have no idea the people that are live
no.
streaming. All this stuff is based off of what people are watching off their television, off of cable, off of satellite, off of all that stuff.
Yep.
This is not.
It
Yeah,
doesn't reflect the whole thing.
exactly. Like you can't see that. It's like
No.
we, as C2C, we also stream on Amazon too.
Mhm.
So when people say, "Well, how many viewers do you get on Amazon?" Have no idea,
We don't know.
because you don't know that number. That's the thing. You don't know that number. So when people talk, viewership and everything, it's kind of really hard to talk that, because
It
you don't
is.
know what the actual numbers are.
Mm-mm.
And so FX, every time SmackDown's on FX, yeah, the viewership goes down on regular television and stuff because a lot of people
Right.
don't have FX.
No, not all of them do unless
You
you
mean
have a cable
FS1?
package, or if you have something like what I have, which is Sling TV, which
Yeah,
depending on what package you get, if you get one, it does have FX on
yeah,
there.
FX, FS1,
Well, right
all
now it's
that
on
Yep,
stuff.
FS1.
FS2.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, they have had
Mhm.
it on Fox Sports 1, SmackDown.
Yeah, yeah, but I'm saying when they've had that before too, the viewership
Yeah.
has been down, and the reason is
Yeah,
because
because not
people
many
don't get
people
those.
have it.
A lot of people don't get those channels,
Nope.
and so to me, I'm looking at this going on the TV rights deal. I think you end up seeing it go to Amazon because
Yeah,
it's kind of what the big thing is now. People
It
are going
is.
more towards streaming, so I could definitely see that.
Mhm.
So mess around. Would you agree that you potentially could see Endeavor choosing or WWE choosing to go to Amazon because of the simple fact of people stream now?
I mean, it makes sense because that's the way everything's going with the Sunday Ticket on YouTube now, and
Mhm.
NFL Thursday night games on Amazon.
Mhm.
So I can see it going that way. I hope it doesn't, but it would make sense for them to do it. More money, more viewers, probably because more people stream now.
Mhm. I do.
Yeah,
The
but
advantage about streaming is
huh?
you would have the advantage about streaming is more people would be able to watch, maybe not on that
Mhm.
same night, but they could watch it
Because they can
afterwards.
watch it. They could, or
You
they
can't
could
do
watch it live while it's happening.
Right.
So it depends
Yeah.
on their schedules and stuff.
Yeah, and I think for people who want to watch on like Hulu and places like that,
Mhm.
generally you have to wait a couple days.
Yeah, it's how WWE does with Main Event. They'll tape it on Monday before Raw, and then it'll air on Hulu on Thursdays.
Yeah, I was to say it usually takes a little bit,
It does.
and that could be like the only bad thing that
That
I
could be.
foresee
It
about the whole
wouldn't be
thing.
for like Amazon though. They usually put things
No,
like
Amazon they would.
right off.
Yeah, they would do it live.
Yeah.
They would absolutely do it live.
Yeah,
And
well,
then you can watch
Amazon
it
would do
after.
it live, but it would be easy to go back and watch it right after too.
Right.
Yeah. Same thing with like
Or
Peacock.
just watch it
or
whenever you want.
Kind of like Peacock would.
Yeah, sort of the same thing.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I could definitely see it being Amazon. I'm not saying it's going to be for sure, because
All right.
the other side of it, I can also feel that Disney has a shot too because of UFC being on that part of Disney also. That's the reason why I was like, maybe.
I'm thinking Amazon only because
Yeah.
they had like Bezos and Triple H and
Yeah.
out.
I mean, Jeff Bezos is like a multi-billionaire. He won't hesitate. I don't think he would honestly hesitate to jump in and say, "Hey, why don't you stream SmackDown on my platform here?"
Oh,
He's
I'm
willing
sure.
to. I think he's got enough money. He's willing to pay for the rights to do so.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he does. He's like, I think he's like the richest man in the world.
I think he's like the second richest man in the world behind Elon Musk.
Yes, Elon Musk is the richest.
Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
And then Bezos, the
Mm-hmm.
creator of Amazon. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Jeff Bezos. Yeah, he's the reason Amazon exists.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So that was our first two topics. So, going into our next topic, we know that, and this isn't covering the full Raw or whatever. This is simply just saying that we saw that Nia Jax returned on.
Sorry.
So there's been a lot of mixed reactions about this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But there's also been multiple wrestlers that have come out that said, I don't think people understand how much Nia Jax has worked her butt off to come back to WWE, and how much I think they said she was she would go and train from, as the story goes, that I'm pretty sure the way it went was that Nia would go and train with Charlotte Flair, and
Right.
she would also train with another women's wrestler. I don't remember who it was, but it was Charlotte and somebody else, and she would go and she would train with them, and she would train with them for hours. And then when Charlotte and whoever it was like, okay, we got to go, I got to go do this or do this, then Nia would leave there, and then she would actually go over and start practicing with Natalia and with the Hart family at that point.
Yeah.
So, people are saying how she has lost a ton of weight. I can
I
clearly
noticed
see
that.
Yeah, she's lost a ton of weight.
She looked great. Don't
Um,
get me wrong. She looked great.
She has been, from my understanding, she's been working her butt off super hard to get better at wrestling.
Mhm.
And so I guess time will tell if that actually happened or not. I really do. I really do, because I think Nia could be a monster in the company if she actually did practice the way that they're
Mhm.
talking about and
Yeah.
doing all that training like people are saying that she did. I
Yeah.
do believe that Nia could be a monster.
hmm
And Thomas is saying that too. I hope she improved. I really
I
hope
know.
she has too. So
Yeah.
Chris, what is your
Mhm.
thoughts on Nia returning?
I was surprised. I mean, I didn't see Raw, but I came across it, last night, and everybody's like, "Oh, Nia return, Nia Jax return." It's like, okay, that was unexpected, because you had a couple days ago, you had the Great Khali return. You're having more returns coming up.
Yeah.
It seems like, but I mean, if she's working hard to improve, I hope she does, and it's going to be interesting how they use her,
Yeah.
coming up.
All right, so Christy, what's your thoughts on Nia Jax returning?
Not happy about it. I just hope she has improved, because she tended to get pretty reckless and careless in the ring with her competitors. I mean, seeing that Samoan drop she did on Raquel Rodriguez, oh, that freaked me out. I'm like, please don't hurt her. And same with Rhea Ripley, please don't hurt her. I just hope she has improved to where she's safe, where she can, where at least she's safe in the ring.
Mess around.
I like the fact of Nia Jax back. I was kind of sad she left. She was she could be dominant. Like if they use her
Mhm.
correctly, she could be dominant force. That monster that the women's division needs.
Mm-hmm.
Much like they need to do with Shayna.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind
They're
of glad.
slowly working with, yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think they are working with Shayna to kind of make her that monster type figure, but with Nia back, Shayna can just be a badass, which is what I think she's better suited for anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah, they are. I know they have really tried to been pushing Shayna a lot,
Mm-hmm.
so she
Yeah.
is. So and I'm glad to see that, because Shayna definitely does have the talent, and I think the potential with Nia is there.
Yeah.
It's just with all this training stuff that people are talking about she did. I really hope it's true. I really, really
Yeah.
do. I really hope she comes out and shows everybody this is what I did. I did improve, and everyone is gonna like the new and improved Nia. And
Well, hopefully that new and improved Nia is a safe Nia, that she doesn't hurt anybody. I mean, I don't want anybody getting hurt. I mean, even if it's an accident.
look, I get it. There has been unsafe wrestlers in the past that people have gotten past, but they've been given second chances,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of thing. I do feel like Nia deserves that second chance to show that she has improved, and
Hope she
time
takes advantage of it.
time will tell if she
Yeah.
has actually improved. But I am actually excited to see if she has actually improved or not. But I think that they're going to try and make some improvements within the women's division. I really do. Because right now you kind of see the same females on top right now. You know, Bianca, Becky, Rhea.
Mhm.
Those are the ones that you kind of see on top now.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to do what they can to try and really bring that women's division along.
Yeah.
I guess it's
There's
going
a
to
good
be,
number of women wrestlers injured or on maternity leave right now.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
But
Some of the NXT women are not ready to come to the main roster.
I will tell you though, with EO having the belt right now, that is 100% of a right decision.
Yes, that
EO
was
is
a
very
brilliant decision.
talented. Yes, EO is very, very talented. EO, Asuka, the two very, very talented women that I'm glad that they're at the top of the women's division also. Raquel, very talented.
Yep. Rhea,
Rhea, very talented.
badass.
As much as people may hate to admit it, Charlotte, very talented.
Yes.
Bailey, very talented.
And Dakota Kai, when she comes back from her knee injury, she is also very talented.
I think she can be. I'm not quite
I need to
sold
see
on
more.
that talent level yet. I
Yeah,
do
that's
need to
true.
see a little bit more, but I'm not completely sold on her yet. But Liv Morgan has improved drastically.
Oh,
Liv
yeah.
Morgan has gotten a lot better.
Oh, yeah.
Zelina Vega has gotten a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely winning. She's definitely won people over.
Oh, yeah.
There are people in the past that I can tell you that I would have to see a lot of improvement
Mhm.
before they would ever before I would ever watch them in a ring again. And number one came back on AEW recently, and that was Lana.
Yeah. Or CJ Perry.
But Lana,
Yeah.
she was, I'm not gonna lie, Lana was horrible.
She was. I mean, she
was
tried.
horrible.
She really tried, but she's more meant to be a wrestling manager than an actual wrestler.
Oh yeah, because
That's more her forte. That's what she does best.
Yeah, she was pretty bad.
Yeah.
So you have
Maxine
Lana.
Dupree.
You also have Summer Rae. Summer Rae was not good.
No.
Mm-mm.
Summer Rae was
No,
another
she
one
was bad.
that was not good.
Bad.
And as much as Dave might hate this one, Carmella wasn't even that good.
She wasn't. She's pretty. That's all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She got better, but she still needs a lot of work.
yeah.
Right.
Carmella still needs a heck of a lot of work.
Yeah. Maybe after she has her baby, she can focus on trying to improve. We'll see.
As much as people hated it, though, too, like people were talking about how WWE never renewed the contract of Lacey Evans. I'm looking, going, why? What did Lacey Evans ever do? Lacey Evans wasn't even that talented.
She was decent, but not great.
Her NXT run was better, but
All she had was that woman's right, and I'm like,
That was it.
yeah, so
She
Is
couldn't even do that much in the ring.
no.
they had to have a tag team partner
Much.
with her.
The
They had
Southern
Yeah, it
Belle
was
match-
Peyton Royce from the Iconics was her tag team partner for a while, but they did not
Yeah.
click.
Hold
Well,
on.
I mean,
That
they had a match with
was
Corbin
probably-
in a mixed tag match.
I think Mess Around
Yeah.
was talking about the Southern Belle gimmick for Lacey Evans.
Yeah, the sassy
Yeah.
Southern Belle gimmick. I remember that.
Yeah, that was her best gimmick. I thought. Other than that, she was trash.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Not great.
and I think that's why they had to keep changing her character, because her character just didn't work. Why? Because she wasn't that good. She
No.
really, really wasn't. And so I'm kind of glad now that she's not there, because she just wasn't it.
Yeah.
She didn't have that it factor. But I know as time goes on, I'm hoping we'll see, like, Peraza, she's now a free agent.
Going to be.
Well, yeah, because Impact did not renew her contract,
No.
so I could definitely see her jumping ship potentially.
Maybe. I mean, she had great success and impact. I mean, multiple time knockout women's champion, that sort of thing.
Yep.
She did very well.
All right. Yeah. So I know we're kind of. Anyway, yeah. I know we talked about the women's division and how it's trying to get better and everything else, but let me talk to you for just a minute. Yeah.
Talk to you.
Let me talk to you. So there was a report that came out. And the report that came out that basically said that WWE and LA Knight are in talks on a contract.
Mhm. Yeah.
They're on talks on this massive extension. Except LA Knight is coming out saying that right now they're not close.
Yeah, they're far apart.
They're still far apart. LA Knight wants to remain with WWE. He said he wants to stay there. He's very loyal to them.
Yeah.
But they're far apart in contract talks.
Right.
There's time.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
they got plenty of time just working out
I think
all
they
the
got the end of
all the
next
little
year,
all the
right?
kinks and all the little
But-
details.
Here's the question. If LA Knight wants to get paid like a top tier guy,
Mhm.
should WWE do it?
Yes.
Explain.
He's
I
one
want
of
to hear
your-
this.
oh.
Christy,
ahead.
explain. Explain why you think
okay.
LA Knight is a top tier
He
talent.
is so over with the fans, and he didn't have Vince McMahon doing any pushing or anything like that. He just did it naturally, came organically. People just love him. They really, really love him. His catchphrase, like all the time. I mean, people they've really taken to that, and he deserves to get title opportunities, and he deserves to get paid like the megastar that he is.
Until they give him a title, then the crowd will turn on him.
Probably.
That's always that's always the big fear that I
Mhm.
have, that I know I have with a lot of wrestlers that I tend to personally get behind, like LA Knight, for example, is you give him a title, no matter what it is, the fans are going to be like, well, he's boring.
The fans are going to turn on them. They are.
So
Yeah.
fickle.
So Thomas is saying I would pay him whatever Sami Zayn makes.
Give him the Sami Zayn money.
Sami Zayn's not exactly what you would call the main eventer.
No.
He's not really that main
Give him
event
what
guy.
Roman's got.
Oh my God.
LA
I'm sure
Knight-
Roman makes a ton.
Okay. You cannot put him on the
No.
level of Roman.
No, I agree, but
Absolutely not.
if we're going
You
off of
can't. You
wrestlers,
can't.
Jeez.
all right. I don't know who, but
Roman is Roman.
Roman is Roman. He's on his own.
Roman
He's on
is
his own.
Roman.
He's on a level all of his own.
Right now, Roman is on his own level. That's
Yes.
all
on
I'm
his own
saying.
island.
He's on
And
his own
nobody can
level right
reach
now.
it. So
No,
no.
right now he's on his own level. So mess around. The question was, if LA Knight wants to
Lord.
be paid like a top tier guy, would you pay LA Knight like a top tier guy?
I don't know if I'd pay him like top tier guy, but the crowd sure treats him like a top guy. He's over like top guys, so maybe, I don't know, to keep him around so he doesn't go to other place, AEW or whatever. I don't know if I give him Roman Reigns money, maybe like
Oh,
below
no.
Rhodes.
I'm sure
I don't
Cody
even know
Nobody-
how
Rhodes
much
made a
Cody
lot.
Rhodes makes.
Nobody's on Roman's
Probably.
level. I'd probably put him in between like Cody and Drew.
Mm.
Exactly. And mess around. I'm glad you agree with that. That you can't really put you can't give anybody Roman money because they're not on Roman level right now. They're just not.
Nope. Not at
They're
all.
not. Like you can't right now. You can't touch Roman. It is what it is. And Thomas, Sammy isn't a main eventer, but that's a scale I would put Knight at. No, I agree. I definitely agree with that. I just know from people who are saying that Sami Zayn is that main event guy. He's really not. Like Sammy's
I
a
mean, he's
guy.
close, but not really.
He's probably the
Sammy-
next match too.
is Sammy-
the main event.
Right.
A main eventer. A main eventer to me, and this is my thing. A main eventer to me is, can a guy carry a company? If you were to put that guy, if the guy had to put the company on his back, could he carry that company? Now,
a
Sami
good
Zayn
question.
is talented. Sami Zayn is talented. People love him, okay? But I don't think Sami Zayn would be able to carry a company. I don't think he could.
Yeah. Seth
Um,
did, Roman did.
Seth Rollins, absolutely. Seth can do it because
Yes.
Seth has done it before.
Yes.
Seth has done it.
Hmm.
So I can tell you 100% that Seth Rollins can carry a promotion. He can.
Yeah. Mhm.
He's done it.
He has. He has.
Roman, 100% can carry a company. Cody Rhodes, I think Cody Rhodes could. I definitely think that Cody Rhodes is another guy who could.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely.
I actually have high faith in Kevin Owens. I think Kevin
Mhm.
Owens could be that same guy. I think Kevin Owens could also.
He has.
Um,
He can definitely do it.
So Tom's saying Knight shouldn't be making Cody and Drew money. He's not quite at that level yet. I'm a huge Knight fan, but I have to be realistic. Hey, I love Knight too. I love Knight too.
Yeah.
But he's definitely not at the Cody level. He's
Nope.
not at the Roman level. He's not at the Kevin Owens level. He's not at the
No.
Randy Orton level.
No.
And Randy Orton is another guy that had if he had to carry company, he could.
Hmm.
Now Drew, I would debate that.
Yeah, that is debatable.
I know Mess Around. I know you kind of feel the same way. We haven't been Drew McIntyre fan for a long time. Is he still there?
I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
know.
here.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I know we haven't not been Drew McIntyre fans for a long time.
Oh, I hate that guy. Can't stand Drew McIntyre. I wish just
Oh, my Lord.
AW trade him for somebody. I don't know. If to
No.
do trades, I'd totally do it.
Mm-mm. Nope.
But
Trade Drew McIntyre for Conor McGregor.
oh yeah, that's a.
Oh, my God. No. Dear God, no.
I think is Drew McIntyre talented? Yes, but I just don't. And maybe it's just me, and maybe it's Mess Around too, but I don't know. We're just not seeing the hype in Drew McIntyre. I don't know what it is. I just look at Drew and I just don't see that hype that everybody else sees.
I'm up and down. Sometimes I do, and sometimes
Same.
I don't. But
Same here.
I don't know. Oh, I forgot two big names that are main eventers, and one of them has banger after banger after banger after banger.
Sheamus.
Yeah, that Sheamus. And then
Yeah.
whether people agree or not, Gunther is on another level.
Gunther,
Yeah.
yes. Now the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time.
Like you could put Gunther in the ring with almost anybody, and that
He's
dude
gonna be so
could-
good.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Gunther.
Gunther.
So
Those chops, however, look like they hurt.
So speaking of funny things that I've said and everything else, once the whole CM Punk getting released from AEW happened
Mm-hmm.
and everything, did anybody happen to see the comment that Finn Balor made?
No.
No, maybe, but I
No.
don't remember.
That comment was so funny. And it wasn't even a knock on CM Punk. It's just people were going to Finn and being like, "Hey Finn, would you have if CM Punk came to WWE, would you have a problem with that?" And Finn's like, Nah, man. If you give me money, heck, I'd wrestle a broomstick in the ring. I don't care.
Oh man.
Coming up on Raw, Finn Balor versus
yeah.
Broomstick.
For the undisputed tag team championships.
I mean, it's kind of funny if you think about it, because Finn's like, heck, yeah, just give me the money. Sure, I'll wrestle anybody. Just give me the dang money. I'm willing to do
I'll
it.
wrestle a broomstick. I'll wrestle a
on.
hornswoggle.
Right? It's funny. It's funny. I
Do
saw
anything.
that
Just
and
give
I'm
me
like,
this.
that's awesome. That is awesome. And yes, Thomas, I do believe that his reign is getting ready to end too. You can kind of see it, but I don't think it's
Yeah.
Chad Gable. It could be.
It has to.
It could be, but I don't know.
Randy Orton. I don't know.
Oh God.
Throwing
No,
names out there.
No.
I don't think
No.
it's Randy.
But
No.
but
No.
Huh?
Tomas Ciampa, I'd like to see him in it.
Ciampa?
Yeah,
Ciampa, yeah.
Possible.
Tomasa Ciampa.
Nathaniel goes broomstick, pins him 1, 2, 3.
Right? Yeah.
Broomstick falls.
I mean, I guess it could be Chad Gable.
Oh,
I just don't know.
I think they've got a match. Was it next week or at Fastlane for the Intercontinental
Jey
title?
Uso.
No, not.
you
You
mean
never
main
know.
event
You
Jey
never
Uso?
know.
Well,
No, I
that
don't-
could be
I
one
don't-
way
I
for
don't-
Jey Uso to get the locker room's trust back. Why
I don't
don't you
think it'll be Jey
Gunther?
Uso.
No, I doubt
I don't
it.
think so either, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool if it happened. First singles title and ending the Gunther's reign.
Yeah, their matches
I
at
don't know.
Fastlane. Anyway,
Yeah. Oh, it's at Fastlane? Thank you, Thomas.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I could also see Rollins' title reign coming to an end at
Maybe Priest is
Fastlane
cashing
also.
in his money in the bank contract.
Because I definitely could
Yeah.
see Shinsuke beating Rollins at Fastlane also.
It's possible.
Yeah, I thought that was
And then Damian
Shinsuke
Priest comes
this
in and
past one.
whacks Shinsuke with the briefcase.
Or you can see him doing the same thing if Seth retains.
That's the same. Yeah.
Hit him in the
And you
briefcase
can bash Seth in the face with the briefcase and then cash in and win the damn thing.
or
Yeah.
the back.
Yeah. But I know people still online talk about who's dethroning Roman, but I think we all know anyway.
No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to sing it.
Huh?
I'm not going
Cody
to sing a
Rhodes.
song.
It's
Cody
Cody
Rhodes.
Rhodes. It's Cody.
It's Cody Rhodes.
I thought it was
I've gotten
Goldberg.
into debates with someone in Spaces on the app formerly known as Twitter, and he keeps pounding it. It's not going to be Cody. It's not going to be Cody.
It's
It's not going to
Cody.
be Cody. It's Cody. Why
It's
do you
Cody.
think Jey Uso went to Raw? And
Jay,
so Cody can go to
yeah.
SmackDown and finish the story because he made it clear in an interview that I read that according to Cody, he still wants that undisputed Universal Championship. He still wants to go after Roman. And with this merger happening between Endeavor and WWE, I think the possibility is greater than before.
Yeah, I really do think, but that's what we talked about. Why that trade happened, because
Yep.
they're trying to keep Jay and Jimmy separated because Jay
Until
and
the
Jimmy
time
are,
comes when they
because Jay
they
and
do
Jimmy
that.
are supposed to have a match at WrestleMania, so
Yes.
they're trying to keep them separated until
Mhm.
then.
let them build themselves up as singles competitors before they do this.
Yeah, and then Cody is going to eventually get traded to SmackDown,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Ready, Roman?
And then once he goes to SmackDown, then eventually he'll be setting up his feud with Roman. I don't think he wins. I don't think when he wins the Rumble this year. I don't think he will.
I'm thinking the most likely, the one name I've heard most frequently as a Royal Rumble winner for 2024 is Gunther. But by then, I don't think he'll be Intercontinental Champion by that point.
He won't.
No.
And Thomas is right. Cody will walk out of night 2.
I believe it.
As
Or night 1.
Probably hoist
could
it
be
up
night
like
one.
this, and then you're going to have fireworks right behind him.
He will. that'll be the time that Cody will actually finish the story.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Cody will finish the story then. It'll
Mhm.
be great. It'll be great for Cody to finish that
It'll be
story.
like epic WrestleMania moment.
And then you'll have Jay versus Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jay versus Jimmy will be night 2.
Maybe.
No, yeah, Thomas is right. Roman doesn't work night 1, so that he and Cody would have to main event night 2.
Yeah, it would
Maybe
have to be.
Jimmy versus Jay could main event night 1.
Yeah.
Honestly though,
I mean,
I don't
we'll
think
see,
that's
though.
I don't think that's a main event match.
No, but they'll make it
Could be
that
the match
because it's a
before the main
bloodline.
event of night 1. We'll see what the actual main event for night 1 is.
They'll make it a main event because it's still the bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
Bloodline.
Bloodline.
It's the bloodline. Yeah. So I know. I know. Fastlane's going to be coming up pretty fast too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah, beginning of October, I think.
Yep, but I think it's.
I don't
October.
know. I don't know the exact date, but
I think it's like
Let's
October
see.
coming up.
1st.
It's already turning out to be.
October. It's either October 7th or October 8th. I know it's in like the first weekend in the month of October.
Yeah, and it's already turning out. I mean, it's already turning out to be a pretty decent card.
Mm-hmm.
So it's. I'm actually looking. Do we really need a Jay versus Jimmy match?
They wanted that.
Because Jay and Jimmy.
They've been
always
wanting it
wanted
for. They've been wanting that practically for years. Like maybe they had discussions like, wouldn't it be cool if we went up against each other in the ring?
Yeah, I heard in an interview they're like, before we leave WWE, retire, whatever, we want to have a match
against each other.
A one-on-one match.
If Gunther wins the title, do you see him going after Seth's title? What? Oh
no.
I'm confused.
No.
Wait.
No.
Wait.
They're not gonna merge it. No.
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 I don't think
Or
that's
Seth
what he
might
meant.
not be the champion by the time. No.
Okay. No.
Oh,
okay.
Rumble.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
I was going to say, I don't think that's what he meant, so that's why I was looking for clarification.
Okay.
That if Gunther wins the Rumble, do you see him going after Seth's title? Well, at that point in time, I don't think Seth is champion, but yes, I think that's the one he does go after.
Go after whoever's holding that world heavyweight title by that point.
You can go out after any title.
Yep.
On the men's
so
side.
there's supposed
it had Gunther could go after the NXT title for all we know.
So there's supposed to be another match that is supposed to get confirmed for Fastlane pretty soon. And that's supposed to be Jey Uso versus Dominic Mysterio. So
I agree. Thomas Hunter is going to have to write a good story to get me interested in the Jimmy versus Jay match. I'm sure he's got the ideas in his head right now.
Hey, I got some ideas flowing.
He doesn't work for WWE, but
no, he doesn't.
I don't know who the heck I am.
Just write it, mail it to Connecticut, and
So dear
I have
Mr.
a
Hunter
suggestion.
Hearst Helmsley, I have these storyline ideas for you to take into consideration.
And then as you're watching, you're like, hey, I thought of that. I thought of that.
Watch it, I was like, wait, didn't Ace come up with that?
I thought of that. That was my idea. That was my idea.
My idea.
It was mine. That's kind of like when you go in there and you tell them, you're like, hey, I demand that I
want this and this and this.
To see the owner of this building right now because I have ideas. And then they go, okay, our security guard is this guy. And then he comes walk around the corner and it's Brock Lesnar. And Brock's like, you said what? And you're like, I request very nicely.
Yes.
that I can
then
talk.
Brock Lesnar takes you to Suplex City. Or
I request-
F5, yeah.
I request very
Wait.
nicely.
Oh. I don't see Cody being the one traded to SmackDown. Raw would lose star power, especially if Seth takes time off for a couple of months. Huh?
I don't know. There's just a lot
I
of
don't know either.
speculation that Cody's the
So
one
much.
because I don't know who else would. I don't know
No.
who else would.
Well,
Hmm.
somebody's going to be traded from. I can't remember
SmackDown to Raw
Yeah.
in exchange for Cody.
No exchange for Jay.
Oh, for
Yeah.
Jay, okay. Yeah, because we
Yeah.
don't know what the
It'll
compensation
be one of
for
them.
that
For some
actually is.
reason,
Yeah,
for some
somebody.
reason, Cody's head
Oh.
just keeps running through my mind, but
Yeah.
I don't know. All right. Well, we're almost at that point tonight, anyways, to where we can kind of wrap up the show. So,
Yeah.
Crispy Bacon, any final thoughts for you, sir?
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching, tuning in. We're going to have week 2 of Morning Tailgate this weekend. On deck is Saturday. C2C Rankum is tomorrow with Big B. 9 o'clock a.m. Central, so tune in for that. And we'll have Sports Minute tomorrow too.
Yeah. All right. Let me talk to you for a second. Because this
Yeah.
is something that Thomas is saying. Could be Sammy, maybe Raquel. Maybe.
We'll find out what happens.
I'm actually
Yeah.
very excited to see who gets traded.
Mhm. Yeah.
Sami Zayn could be that one. And the reason why I feel like it could be Sammy too, because if they don't want to put the titles back on Kevin and Sammy, this way they
Mhm.
don't have to worry about another feud between
Yeah.
Kevin and Sammy. They can just split them up and be like, yeah, we
Yeah.
don't have to worry about a feud. We can just,
just-
put Sammy on SmackDown, and we don't have to worry about the feud then.
Right. Thank goodness.
Which would make sense. So
yeah, I don't think a lot of us want to see another Sammy versus KO feud. Those tend to get pretty boring.
So Christy, any final thoughts for you?
Oh, excuse me. No, just looking forward to talking more wrestling next week, and this week should be interesting because there's still a lot of things are happening out there.
All right. We definitely want to thank everybody for watching again. You can catch us Tuesday nights for Between the Ropes. You can catch us tomorrow night for another episode of Sports Minute. We already have some great topics marked down for you tomorrow night, so be ready for those topics. All right, thanks everybody for watching, and we will see you next week.